Welcome to Ma's Garage.
I'm Kev.
I'm Crick.
And I'm Smokey.
And on today's episode, we're going to talk about me and my...
Wait. I thought I got to start this one.
No,
Like,
no, it's my turn. We went over this.
I feel like you just went. Like, it's my turn to do it.
No, I've written down, like I've got a whole script written down for this. I've been practicing in the mirror all week.
But I mean, I feel like I do it a little bit like
No,
deeper, and a little bit
Crick.
more, like,
If you do it,
sensual
we're
when I
going to
do
be
it,
here
you know,
like 3 or 7 different takes. Like
Yeah,
I should
until
be the
you
one
get the
that's
right
going to do it, because then
depth
we'll
that
get
you're
it
looking
done
for.
in like 1 or 2.
At least it turns out right. At least
Definitely
it's
not.
like what I wanted to be. So it's like, yeah, it takes a couple extra takes, but it is
It's
fine.
me and my ego. It's me, and my ego.
and my ego
My ego.
Me and my
Me.
ego.
and my ego.
No, me and my ego.
Me
and my ego.
I feel like some people do that, where some people are so low in their own ego that they'll push other people to do things that they want to do because they don't think they're capable of doing it. So they push it on somebody else who they think is capable of achieving it. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like everybody has their own dream, and to push your dreams in somebody else it's a little bit selfish. Instead of taking on that energy and amping yourself up to accomplish the things that you want, instead to broadcast them on somebody else. You know,
You
what
feel
I mean?
like that happens more than the reverse, though, where somebody who has a big ego and a big dream takes advantage of somebody who doesn't think highly of themselves and tells them, no, you're the only person who could do this. And I really don't want to do it. And if I get caught doing it, I feel like that happens more often.
I think that you just explained corporate America in a nutshell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like tons of other people who are beaten down working for somebody else, much grander dream.
If I work my ass off and Initech ships a few extra units, I don't see another dime. Now, when I make a mistake, I have 8 different people coming by to tell me about it. That's my only real motivation, is not to be hassled. That and the fear of losing my job. But you know, Bob, that'll only make someone work just hard enough not to get fired.
So we see every day. That's where all that depression, I feel like, comes from. It's like
A lot of it.
you know what I mean? You have to be working for your dream. That's where I guess you do have that's where you have to be a little bit egotistical too, because if you're constantly serving somebody else and never serving yourself, like your ego's only going to drop further and further, because if you're not even worth serving yourself, then what are you worth? Who's worth serving you? Like,
That's where I think I get more self-serving after I do things for someone else, but it can't be the thing that I do day in and day out. Like it's got to be something out of my norm. Doing things for other people not only gives me that show off moment, like, yeah, see, I knew I could do this, but then it makes me feel more confident about trying other things. Like, got to ride that high of, dude, okay, I just did something badass. I can do anything
Because
badass.
you just proved to yourself that you can do that badass thing. Like, yeah, I'm able to do this. Now what other badass things can I do?
What can I do?
right.
And that's what it eventually, yeah, I'm unbeatable. Nothing is impossible. I'm impervious to acid.
Let's do this shit! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
That's right. I did this last night because I mean, like, I didn't do it because of the episode. I did it because I've just been kind of down lately and kind of a funk, and I needed to get out of it. And so, like, last night, I turned off everything and I was laying down, literally just went through a catalog of everything that I've done well. Like, I just went through and like focused on, because a lot of stuff that I do well, I belittle, or I don't act like it's such a big deal, or I don't act like it's such a grander thing, because it's like, okay, on to the next thing. But I like forced myself to sit down and just like, oh, you're good at this, even all the way back to my teen years. And like, when I woke up the next morning, I felt great. Like, I felt in such a better mood for that self-appreciation and like just accepting like the cool things that I have done, you know, that I've just let go by the wayside compared to all my failures.
Did some deep thinking before you approached deep REM.
Right.
That's been on my list of things to do for work, is meditate and reflect on the things that I do, the cool things that I do. It's been on my list for like 3.5 weeks just because I haven't done it. I don't know. I'm not making time.
you got to make that time for yourself. Like it's huge. And I didn't either. I should have done that. I should have been telling myself that every day. You know what I mean? I shouldn't have done that yesterday for the first time in a long time. And it's like, my mom was telling me the same, like make a list of like all your accomplishments and read it to yourself every day and change it up when you do new accomplishments, because it's like, we're so good at overlooking the things that we do right.
That's where doing the to-do list. We keep track
and because
of that.
It's just easy for us to overlook things that we've done because we're so focused on things that we want to do.
Mm-hmm. What we're doing next. Yeah. But sometimes those past experiences, like you said, can give you that drive to do things in the future though. You know what I mean? It can give you that, oh no, I have done stuff. I've done stuff harder than this. I've done stuff way worse than this. Why am I even fretting about this at all?
You reclaim that feeling of when you first finish it, not at the same degree, but it's like, oh, I forgot I did that. And then you kind of get that sensation like, why did I stop doing that? I can do way cool things. And then you get that drive back a little bit.
Yeah. Like that's what happened with the vinyl piece that I did for Matisse's Pool is like, I've been going over the footage and stuff for that with editing it. And like rewatching it, I kind of just like, okay, I did that and that kind of happened. And then now like rewatching it, I was like, that was a lot of work. Like you screwed up a bunch of times, but what turned out was pretty cool. And that was a lot of work. And like, I could see my mind working and how I was processing stuff. And I got to see it from this different view. And it made me like much more appreciate something that I didn't even appreciate after I did it. Like I was just like, thank God that's done.
Yeah, right. Objective completed.
Right.
Moving on to the next one.
I didn't, and that's where Jaza, he says like you have to take that time to step back and look at your work and appreciate it for what it is. Like, don't be okay, I'm done next to the thing. Like, step back and be like, I did that. Like, I spent time, put my energy into that, and I turned out like that. Like, that's awesome.
Absolutely, man.
So that's kind of stroking your own ego.
Yeah.
Taking value in something that you did.
A little bit. I mean, like Rick said, sometimes we all need that little bit of just stroking our own ego, keeping ourselves going so that we can keep it going with the public.
So I think your ego is probably like your fire. You want to stoke it to keep it going, but you don't want to throw too much on and catch everything around it on fire.
Okay, Johnny, back it down. I can go higher.
But you don't want to let it go out either.
Good analogy. Yeah. I like that.
Fuel it, but not overfuel it. Yeah.
We overconsume on everything else. Let's not overconsume on ourselves.
And it really speaks perfect to the Naruto now, like with Kurama as well.
Yeah, you can't let that fire go out. Like and you can't let it dwindle. And you have to stoke the fire, but you can't give into it. You can't fully let it consume you.
It all makes sense. Like you think about like giving people advice when like they're like down on themselves, like don't let that fire go out. Reignite that fire. Like they really are just talking about like having that confidence in yourself. Like don't give up, keep going, try again.
Quit dwelling on all the things that make you sad. Look at the cool things that you've done.
I feel like that's maybe a good way to approach that too. When people are down, that I feel like I've done, but not as much as I should, is like, instead of just being like, hey, things are gonna be okay, like reiterate them to the awesome person that they are. Like reiterate the things that why you like care about them as a person and things that you think are great, because
that's why they're going to get through it.
Yeah. Like the best people around you see more in you than you do. You know what I mean? They can appreciate your qualities sometimes better than you can.
Usually they can, because you don't see good qualities.
Yeah, we see our failures and our flaws and our mistakes, and depending on the person, some people are more focused on,
I can do no wrong.
Sides. Yeah, and that's where I feel like it's a slippery slope. I feel like some people can go from having no ego to be highly egotistical when they get like fame or different things like that. They can they haven't learned. That's where I feel like child actors and stuff run into this sometimes, and child like music stars and stuff.
Young professional athletes as well. Yeah. Yeah.
You haven't been humbled. You haven't had the chance for the world to humble your ego. And then you get all this publicity and you think that you are God. And it's like, you're just a human who has your 15 minutes of
to a lot of
spotlight. Yeah. Like you got to understand, like, dude, like this is fleeting. You have to build value in yourself for when those people go away, because those people don't define you. Those people are always going to be there. Nothing is always for sure. You have to be confident in who you are and happy alone without all those other people. And then those are an addition on top of that. Like, you don't know
It's
that
like-
by 16.
It's like, think about that child actor that at like a gas station back in their hometown, or maybe not their hometown, they might be known, at a gas station in like a random town, that the town, like the person working at that gas station just has not seen the work that you've done. And you're just like, do you know who I am? Because you're used to like getting like waited on.
Mm-hmm.
It brings a different perspective.
And that's just some people want to be known, and like some other celebrities like don't. And like, and I can get that a little bit from like moving out of my hometown. It was nice to go in public and be anonymous. There's nobody I know. There's nobody from
Right.
school. There's nobody who knew my mom. There's no, like, I can just go be a stranger. And that's kind of nice. Like, it's nice to not always have to engage into a conversation and always have to, you know, watch out, or I didn't want to see that person. Thank you for helping us stoke the fires for season 1 of Ma's Garage. Join us back in 2022 for season 2, and also keep an eye out for our new series and upcoming skits. Remember to always ask questions and stay open to new ideas. And don't forget to call your mother. Peace.